Welcome to some examples to helping those that have been diagnosed with dyslexia or are in the process of being diagnosed with dyslexia, or even especially teachers that have students that may be dyslexic, and or students that have some form of learning difficulty. Now, some of the things I'm going to show you doesn't mean it's going to work for each one. Some students with learning difficulties may prefer one than the other, as it's all different. But for now, I'm just going to concentrate on a few key ones. Now, if for instance you've listened to my previous voice recording, which was based on non-verbal thinking, which is mainly people that think in images or pictures. Now, earlier I was talking about a dyslexic person being able to translate the sentence, "The cat sat on the wall." Now, if you'd listen throughout, you'd realise that the dyslexic person found it very difficult in understanding the key words, it being the and on. So the and on were where the problematics occurred. So what I'm going to do is just show an example on how we can work around a form of strategy for that. Now, usually this will probably be used for those that have been diagnosed with dyslexia at an earlier age. However, I don't see why it should not work because someone is, let's say, have formed their own strategies so far, but is still finding problems with certain words, etc. So, I'm going to start off with "The cat sat on the wall." So if you remember clearly that the dyslexic person knew exactly what the black cat was, and they visualised the colour black and the cat. So what we want to do is be able to make the dyslexic person understand exactly what the sentence is trying to explain. So we have the cat. So we know there's a cat. So we get some Play-Doh. This should be a bit of fun. And we've got to make a cat out of this Play-Doh. So this is great for obviously younger learners who obviously play and learn at the same time. So we should make a cat. Now, I could spend pretty much the whole of this video in making a cat. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do with the Play-Doh. So at the moment, this cat kind of looks like that. Yeah, a bit of a mess, right? And you're probably thinking, what the hell is that? And yeah, that's meant to be a cat. Anyway, but lucky for you, as they say, here's one I made earlier. Alright, it's not the bestest, but I think we get the idea of it. So we know that that's the cat, yeah? So there's definitely a cat. Now, I did not actually have black Play-Doh, so it is a purple cat. However, can we just imagine it's black? So we definitely know what black is. So this is black, and this is the cat. And we officially know that the cat is black. Great, I'm glad we worked that out. So that's my cat. Excellent. Also, we noted that the dyslexic person knew that there was a brick wall. So again, they knew there was a brick. That's my brick. It's kind of orange. I know that a brick wall would have been red or brown, but this one's orange. But we get the fact that that's a brick. Yep. And we know that the dyslexic person knew that there's a wall. That's all the stripes. And that the brick was part of the wall. So we get that. Yep. Yep, you got it. Excellent. So, the next thing is that we are aware that we have the brick wall and we have a cat. and that it is black. Now, further on, we did say the black cat sat. So we know that the cat sat. So we now have to change the cat into a sitting position. You see? Sit down. Yeah? Cat. Okay. So this is where the problem occurred. We knew the cat was black and it was in a sitting position. And we knew that there was a brick wall. Irrelevant to the size and the height, but they were not connected. Therefore, the dyslexic person wasn't sure what was happening. So, the next question is teaching or asking them to be able to visualise or do a form of a picture using Play-Doh to make them understand they're on top of the brick wall. So really, we could say to the learner, we could say the cat was on being on the wall. That's on. So, you probably think, well, how is that a visual material for on? Okay, so what we do is, we move aside the wall and the cat, and we would ask them maybe to do, I'll quickly do it, a bench. So, I understand that there's a wooden bench, so let me just quickly do a bench. Be quick. Okay, so this bench is going to be one of these benches. So yeah, bench. So if I say now, the cat is sitting on top of the bench. So on top, so it's on the bench. On the bench. And again, we can find other ways of doing it. Some students may decide that they've got a different way of explaining on. But I suppose this is just a very basic example. The next one you're probably asking, the. How do we explain the? Again, this doesn't mean that this is the right way of explaining it. But for me, who I am dyslexic, the best way for me to describe the word the is obviously maybe in an arrow format. So if I, for instance, oh, nearly lost that, do some arrows, so, okay, so we have now officially an arrow. That is an arrow, see, that way, downwards, which is flying, but anyway, we get the message, right? So that's my arrow. Arrow being the direction or the subject, it's telling me what the is. So remember, we go back to the wall and we've got the cat. So we've got the being the cat. If I do this, the wall. If I do this, the brick. Yeah? So you're kind of getting the message that every time I see the word the, it's directing me and telling me that it's pointing to that particular next visual material I'm going to have, and that is the cat. So the, and we've got the cat, they connect. Remember sat? We know the cat, or the black cat, sat, so sitting, on, the comes down to the wall, the wall. Now you probably think, really, does that work for everybody? But on this occasion it works for me. I'm not saying it's going to work for every dyslexic person. Another one of my top favourites is and. How do we visualise something for and? Now one of my favourite ones, and being obviously like a plus. So in maths, we have the plus sign, don't we? So let me just get the green one out. Let's do a plus sign. Okay. So that's the plus sign. Now you think, oh, well that makes sense. Well, not really. That plus sign still does not help me. So it's not a proper visual thing for me because I wasn't that great at maths, so even that symbol did not work for me. So the best symbol I did find was, so bear with me, I've got to make quite a lot here, bear with me. Get some of this green stuff. Yeah, maybe I should have done here, I've done one, sorry, maybe I should have done, this is what I've done earlier, like the proper Blue Peter style, but didn't think that far ahead, did I? So I'm going to have to bore you a bit. Okay, so let me just do that. Oh. Okay. Put that there. Oh, this one looks a bit tall. Cut him up. Oh. Arms there. Oh, run out. Oh, right. So this one's going to have orange legs. I tell you what, actually, I'm going to change its legs here. And this one's legs here. And then I'll do some orange. So that it breaks it up. Are you ready? This is very exciting. Okay, so, and in case you're wondering what this is, person. Yeah? Little figure. Yeah. Oh, lost his head there. Sorry. Okay. And then this one's a bit taller. This is another and. So this is another person. So this is going to be connected to my and. Okay. So and being hands connected, so they are holding hands. And so that means they connect the sentence. Ah, do you like it all? His head's going to fall all? Sorry. Yeah. So, what my point is and, as we know, is to connect the whole sentence. It's part of the one sentence. Therefore, for me to visualise the word and, means two people holding hands. Huh? So that's the first part. Okay, so other ways of using strategies in helping someone with learning difficulty like dyslexia, so let me just bring this over, is using colour worksheets. So when you're printing out worksheets, most of us print out on lovely white coloured paper. Why? Because it's easy to access. We've got bundles of it in the staff room. It's just easy. Yeah? Okay. Ideally, what we want to do is print on coloured paper. So that could be yellows, we could do it on blues, we can do it on reds, we've got oranges, greens, there's plenty that we can do it on. However, this is an example of a colour worksheet. It does make it that little bit more easier for some dyslexic students, especially with those that find that when black and white are together, that they say that they find it difficult to read, because sometimes some dyslexic people experience motion where the letters are either falling off the page, maybe swirling, maybe they shrink, etc. So ideally what we want to do is obviously help them and maybe print on colour paper, which is a great example of one of Ben's worksheets. So this one's kind of a light purple. Personally, I wouldn't quite recommend the dark orange. I find that that's a bit difficult for me, but however, you might find that some students request the orange. I'm not sure, it's up to them. And again, that might be another way of dealing or helping students with dyslexia, maybe asking them what colour paper they prefer if you do have easy access to colour paper. The other good thing in terms of worksheets is to actually print on bigger fonts, or print with bigger fonts, sorry. So something like, as you can see, bigger and older fonts. Now this isn't necessarily the greatest example. I mean, even though visually it's neat, when you turn it over, it's a lot of writing, even though it is some form of some form of bulleting. I find that difficult. But again, you could work around that and, you know, cut up the bullet points and maybe make them into more like flashcards. So that they've got easy access and that they can turn them. Again, it is better than viewing it like that. There is other points, which is one of my other favourites. Obviously, because we don't always have easy access to colour paper, or ordering it seems like a mission, I suppose, for some people or another. The other good thing, and I think probably the best, is transparencies. So you can print on white paper, but we can use colour transparencies. Now this is an awesome transparency. It's a ruler with a colour transparent, and they come in all different colours. That's kind of yellowish, and bring out kind of purpley pink. What else have we got? Oh, pink. So what they do is, or what a dyslexic person does, is actually put it on top of the worksheet, and they can use it as a ruler so that they don't skip lines, because that is often one of the other reasons why dyslexic people don't seem to actually understand what they've read, because sometimes, because it's on a black and white paper, they often skip lines and paragraphs. So you can use the ruler to line up the words or letters, and so that you don't skip any lines. Great, isn't it? They come in all different colours, and each dyslexic person will prefer a certain colour or so. So again, that's a great strategy that would help students with dyslexia in class. The last two things I'm going to talk about, and keep it quite simple, is obviously there is voice recording, so allowing the student to record on their mobile phone the actual class or lesson, or get them a voice recorder. This will allow them to go home and actually replay the whole class that you taught, therefore allowing them to again take in what's been said, and if they've missed anything, then obviously they've got a chance to be able to catch up or understand what the class was about in case they've not fully understood it. The last one is something called Dragon, which is a voice recognition software which you can install into the computer, and basically you talk into it and it writes exactly what you say. And again, that's another helpful device that will help dyslexic people. And that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I do apologise for my painful Play-Doh images, but I think you get what I'm chatting about, right? See ya. Thanks. Bye.